Yeah, I think that worked as an intro. So, it's been way too many days since the last video, as usual. I started with my, I'm gonna make more content, and yeah, that didn't happen. Don't really know how to really get this intro going because you can see tons of powder coat has been done over the last, such and such amount of time, to the point that there's just purple coat as far as the eye can see backwards. I mean, I literally have purple powder all the way back over here. Helping another channel. I'm an idiot and I knew I shouldn't have done that. I do everything by myself for a reason, because to be honest, you can't trust anybody but yourself. And it proved that point again. Weeks of powder coat work, me staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning, busting my ass, and at the end of it I go to give a bill, and needless to say, if you were some of the people who helped save my ass on Instagram, Facebook, through the internet, whatever, you guys are the MVP. Yeah, little old me almost got shit on by a bigger channel. No biggie there, because yeah, like I said, you guys saved me. You guys are the best. I love my subscribers. I love all my fans. I guess I have those and I didn't realize that. But instead of rambling on about this, I'm gonna talk over some footage that you're gonna see right now, and as I head up into the garage, you'll see exactly what happened as we pulled out this transfer case in the dark alone, because that's how we do it. So like I was saying, well, pulling out this transfer case last night, it's 10 p.m, it's me alone, a 15mm, no jack, just relying on my back to bust it all out. The reason we're pulling the 263 XHD, this is an electronic shifted transfer case, available for the 8.1 Vortec or the Duramaxes, attached with an Allison transmission. The electronic shifted portion is why I do not want it. We're going to be swapping to a manual shift. We'll talk about that soon, but this was just a quick once over as we're pulling it all out. So after the long spiel, the mumbo jumbo, again, I just want to thank all my subscribers, my fans, the people who are the real MVPs and actually saved my butt and got me paid after I almost got ripped off. Instead of going on and on about that, we're going to take this transfer case and load it up into the truck, run it down, and grab another one. This one's actually perfectly fine, perfectly working. Like I said, the only reason I did pull it was because it's electronically shifted, and then come to find out, you are limited to a 1310 front U-joint shaft because of, or U-joint size on the front shaft because the motor. You can only fit a 1310 and have it rotate without it knocking pieces of this off. So you're gonna see what we replace this with once we grab the new one, and I'll head on back, do a quick install. New channel sponsor, a couple future plans, some more odds and ends, and more Rambletron, because that's what we do on Average Joe Builds. Moderate B-roll, tons of ramble, a little bit of install. Have some fun, right? I realize I've been doing a terrible YouTuber job of explaining this stuff. I'm gonna try to be a better YouTuber. We're gonna try and explain a little bit of stuff here. We built a truck, obviously, to be, started off as a wheeler when it was on the channel and it was big block, everything like that. I mean, it was on 40s and still almost on 40s, 38s are close. I I got really attached to the truck real quick. All the Turbo LS stuff kept blowing up, and that thing was just the most reliable unit. It just kept going and going and going. Beat on it in the snow, beat on it in the mud, just kept going. Once I did Duramax swap it, I grew too attached to it. I don't want to take it apart. I don't want to do stuff and constantly beat on it and break it and etc. Tow truck, burnout truck, a little bit more my style right now. So I want it to stay 4-wheel drive in case we meet some snow, in case we decide to tow something and, you know, back into some wet grass or something. I'm not getting stuck 2-wheel drive. I don't do that. I never have people with me, and most of the time, who's going to be able to pull out a 10,000 pound truck? Not a lot of people. We did pull out the stock transfer case. We saw Np263 XHD. The problem with them is the pump rub mod, or the pump rub situation that all stock GM cases seem to have of that era. And then as well, it's electronically shifted. I could have spent $1,000 to get a harness to then figure out a bunch of integration stuff and make it work, or I spent a little bit more and I got this brand new Np261 XHD, which is a manual shift unit. And then, since yesterday I did do the whole transfer case drop off and then pick up, I actually went a step further, and today ran over to a buddy's who has a bunch of random MBS and OBS Chevy pickups, and I grabbed a not only shifter bezel, but 4-wheel drive shifter and part of the linkage. The linkage, I don't actually have the piece that goes from there to there, but is it really going to fit a stock Silverado piece? It may. I can't find that out. I highly doubt it would anyways, because my truck, it's a square body, it's a crew cab. No, so I did pick up some just solid stock, and then we got some spherical rod ends that are on the way tomorrow. We'll work on that shifter part in another video. For now, I just want to get the T-case slammed in there. I do need to run out with a razor blade and clean up the old gasket, which I didn't know they had a gasket, so I made mine out of RTV. Now I have a gasket. Feel like an idiot. Like I said, this thing is just cherry, brand new seals, empty inside and out, brand new. Has the case saver mod done, so I won't have a pump rod issue. All new sensors, a vent hose, 90 out of plastic that I broke mine, so that's going to be cool. I can actually use that and run a hose to it. I didn't have hardware, but I just dug through my hardware pile, which is so nice to be organized for once, and I found brand new zinc coated nylock nuts. So instead of mismatched shit like I had before out of this random box, I got all new nice hardware, which makes the world go around, right? Feel like I have a Tommy F yeah, you know, problem lately with as much zinc as possible. God, I love this. Brand new, never used. Brand new. So we'll get this T-case drug out there real quick. I do have some extra training fluid, and then instead of using ATF, we're gonna use synthetic 530 engine oil in this. The transfer case guy who rebuilt it said since it's brand new and it's clean on the inside, it was my choice. He said GM does recommend ATF, but if you overfill ATF slightly, it does froth and foam, which is a cause of leaks also. He said engine oil doesn't, so since it's new, I had my choice. I figured we'll throw in the synthetic 530. We have ATF just to fill up my training in case any did spill out. Instead of a Rambletron here, let's go ahead and get this thing slapped in there. Start to figure out a shifter, and you know what happens when this truck's 4-wheel drive, right? Do I need to explain 4-wheel drive donuts? I don't think I do. Center spins, anyone? Let's get to work. It's way too hot to have a sweater on doing this. While I'm under here, before I forget, like I said, new nylock nuts. What I had before were just flange nuts, but supposed to be 6, and I had 4. But I'm 99% sure I bolt checked the whole thing before I drove it for the first time, and I made sure there were 6. So I'm missing 2? That's what, Butterfingers, that's why I'm replacing them with nylocks. So throw this one up there real fast. before I forget, because I'll lose it, I need to still go in there and tighten all that while I'm down here. Also, give me this. This is what, VSS? Yes, okay. For the little speed sensor? Yep, vehicle speed sensor. Plug that guy in after I loop it. Everything's plugging back in. That's a good thing. Okay. What is this one? I'm missing. Oh, I don't. So that 3-wire one up there must be for the 4-wheel drive low switch. I might be able to do something. I don't need to plug that front one in yet until we do the 4-wheel drive actual shift linkage. For now, just worry about getting this thing full of some fluid and tightened all the way up. Get the drive line back in and yeah, fill this thing back up with some fluids, transmission, transfer case wise, tighten everything up, bolt check. And yeah, I guess show you guys some new goodies after that. Thing's idling up and I have really loud copyright free, or not copyright free music playing to obviously entertain everybody outside. Oh, it's real dark in here, isn't it? Okay, like I was saying, obviously I have some entertainment for everybody outside. Truck seems great, no leaks, nothing like that. We'll go throw some B-roll up with the new transfer case installed and everything. I do have the stuff for the 4x4 shifter, but it's gonna be another video. I have a bunch of other stuff to unveil too, because we have, like I've said a million times, another channel sponsor, which that sounds like I'm not happy about that, but I'm incredibly enthusiastic about it. I'm so thankful. I am so stressed out right now. I got so much on my table that I'm gonna start doing, like I said, a bunch of little stuff. Like I'm gonna do a hose reel video in the next few days of making a hose reel from a custom piece of aluminum intercooler piping, a flat plate, and a crashed wheel from the S10. I want to do a bunch of little stuff like that to just keep some content out. While the truck's out there idling, warming up, because I did check it on the cold setting, everything seems great, but I like to check it with it warmed up too, to make sure. I did find the original transfer case shift knob for that, so I'm going to try and figure out how to get the NBS knob off and install this one. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'll go out there in a second. Once I get the music shut off and the truck shut off, we'll do a little once over of how I think that's gonna all work. I got a bunch of powder coat stuff I gotta attend to. A lot of stuff's going on, but the main thing I wanted to talk about while I ran in here was, ta-da! We have a new camera that we will be filming with on the channel. This is an actual, you know, a lensed camera, a mirrorless camera, where the G7 that I have been shooting on for the last, I don't know, year or so, it's outdated. It's a G7X Mark II. I mean, it's not the worst, it's not the best by any means. This thing is nowhere near the best. It's just a Canon M50 Mark II, but it can do 4K and a bunch of stuff like that. So I'm trying to up the repertoire of more handheld stuff, gimbals, attachments to be able to mount things and hold things, and we have a couple more GoPros. But expect better quality content visually, and then we'll figure out the actual content portion at some point, right? I don't know. Rambletron going as usual. I'm gonna get me some soda, and then I'm going to get out there and deal with this, and then we'll get some B-roll going. Click. Make these quick, and like I said, have this sitting where I think it's going to work. Obviously, I have to go under the truck, verify where it's gonna land. We're not gonna see crap up here, but where it's gonna land on the floor, where the linkage on the transfer case is gonna line up to something that I can make happen. Like I was saying, I can't find the piece that I need, and these little ball ends are just annoying. So I will cut them off, probably just drill a hole, run some new spherical ball joint ends. Stuff for a later video, but I think it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna work, and it does just ever so slightly clear my leg. I have big legs, so I mean, nothing really clears anything ever. But yeah, once this comes out, everything will work. We'll have 4-wheel drive. There's a couple wires we have to do, and like I said, this front sensor, the rear sensor is the VSS. The front sensor, which we can't see because it's back there, I think that's the 4-wheel drive low sensor. So might have to pay, you know, find a pigtail that fits that or something. I have been diving into cruise control stuff, figure out the cruise control wiring, which will then let us figure out the high idle switch stuff for that. And then after that, I believe we're on to parking brake, because I want everything to be OEM fresh again, work like factory, work like new. But just struggle busting, trying to get some content out lately. Not going the way I expected. With that, I am gonna let you guys go. I have another video I have to start right after this, because I'm trying to do it back to back to back content. We'll figure it out at some point, regardless of how hard it is for me and my schedule, because I still have an oven to put in, I have Wifey's bike to finish, I have my truck to build, I have another truck to build, I have another project to unveil, I have a million things to do, and never enough time. Story of my life. And with that, make sure you like this video, leave me a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, little button down there, notification bell, ping, give you all those notifications for that upcoming content I was just talking about. With that, I am out of here. I am tired, I am hungry, and I have more stuff to film. So, Hellojojoe builds, we're out.